Welcome on back, everyone, to the Verizon Game Changers Series 1 lower bracket final between FlyQuest Red and DCM. We're currently at match point, as FlyQuest are now just one map away from meeting Shopify Rebellion in the grand finals. Shift, I feel like before our last map, rather, we talked about how Sunset felt like a must-win for the side of DCM, especially knowing what the next map would be. Unfortunately for the girls, it just did not work out.
Yeah, it's tough because there were signs early that DCM was going to have some of the same magic they had from yesterday, where there was a couple of sneak away retakes that came through early. But I think the overarching point here is that there is something to be said about how much control DCM is essentially allowing FlyQuest to take. They take the timeout early on in that first half, and then they start splitting their focus between A and B a little bit more regularly, leading to 11 post-plant situations. I mean, that's a lot of times to let the spike go down. Where on the opposite side, it just didn't really feel like Decimate could really get themselves going. Some of that was kind of targeted by Starbound, again, being great, kind of as a solo sentinel on some of the sites, but largely speaking, it just felt like they were kind of outclassed on the whole team chemistry and kind of what the play calling looked like on this particular day.
Yeah, especially on that attacking side, the mid-rounding was really nice out of this FlyQuest squad. Decimate in a lot of rounds felt like they were kind of committing to try and fight space forward and get these early ideas, but FlyQuest was absorbing that aggression really well, re-pushing in the mid-round, and then really consistently finding these soft sites and setting up in these post plants that were so tough to deal with. And I mean, taking a look at this round, this is one such example of that, right? Where you see Decimate is investing a seize, a nade, a paranoia, a stun, and double satchels from their raise into that. They get no space, and instantly FlyQuest, day of the IGL, is making the call. They pivot back towards mid. They walk all the way up into this space. It's a great adaptation on the fly, but then Shift it kind of gets weird from this point. A ton of ults are invested, and FlyQuest still somehow end up winning this round.
Yeah, that's the surprising point, because I agree that it's a lot of investment to try to take A main control, but there was a secondary setup on the back side of this play through mid. I mean, you had Rolling Thunder, you had the Nightmare that you could send, and the kills just are simply not there. And that's just maybe a skill gap thing, or just kind of good, again, mid-round execution coming out of FlyQuest to know where their focus needs to be and to not be distracted by the fact that you're getting booped up in the air and then all of a sudden you've got someone whispering in your ear the entire way through. So, you know, really good stuff from FlyQuest. Again, it just goes to show that they do have a lot of depth built in outside of whatever the first page of the playbook is.
Yeah, absolutely. And beyond just that depth, I think we're also seeing, honestly, some just individual outclassing, especially in these late rounds. All these FlyQuest players honestly have a lot more experience in the GC scene than their opposition, and I think it's showing in a deep BO5 like this, where Decimate start off strong. Instantly, FlyQuest is bouncing back. They're stomping on split. They have a dominant game here on Ascent. All of these individuals look so confident in the late round. FlyQuest has an unbelievable amount of momentum built up right now.
I'm glad that you called that out. I know we talked about Dodonut several times now today, but I need to also mention Sonder. Dodonut and Sonder showing up huge for the side of FlyQuest Red Shift.
Yeah, and it's just in the way that they kind of made their impact known. I mean, for Dodonut, obviously we know what to expect when it comes down to being a duelist, being relied upon, being one of the first blood engagers, but Sonder's right there behind her in this series in terms of getting involved for that first blood metric. I mean, only 10% of the wins so far, sure, but they're involved. I mean, 7-3 is what I'm reading through first two maps on VLR. Plus, of course, look at the cast percentage. I mean, you're a part of 90% of the eliminations on map. That's unreal. So, again, it's not just the fact that Dodonut's kind of soaking up the sunshine here, but Sonder is really feeling an impact, I think, just generally speaking. We've seen it really locked in across a handful of these first three maps, and I don't expect that to change even if we do get to 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Sonder, remember, her entire career in VALORANT, she was always the star duelist of the Shopify Rebellion. It was always a team that was built to enable Sonder, built for her to perform on that duelist role, normally playing the Raze, sometimes playing the Neon, whatever it may be. That's where she got her name. I mean, second place at GC Champs in 2022 off that performance. But this is the first time now where she's pivoting her role completely, where she's reinventing herself as a player, and has just been so successful at it. The util she uses on the initiator is great, and the fact that she's such a strong individual and so good at entering means that when she's that second entry with Dodonut, even if Dodo dies, she's instantly getting that trade and really often converting that into big multi-kill rounds. She's a player who's delivering delivering with the utility, being a great piece of the system, while also continuing a lot of just the individual prowess that we know from Sunder.
The talented experience from the side of FlyQuest Red definitely runs deep. And it's not just Dodonut and Sonder, but the role that we saw just from the side of Starbound. Shift, you talked about how impactful Starbound was last time around on that Cypher, and just the ability from Starbound to just anchor these sites was huge.
I mean, it's just a 2v4. You catch one up through mid-map. There's so much trust that individually both members for Fly could just hold on to their sights, but you even see it there where M's like, oh, I see your trap wire. I'm going to teleport through, and then go figure, there's another one right there. And then I think even late here, the spy cam comes into play to get another tag for Starbound as they try to retake this 2v2. So it's just, oh no, never mind. It's Lace's bot that comes through to find the tag. But still, it's just that ability to layer up, not just the hold setup Sentinel play, but also the initiator with it to confirm information is just so darn strong for FlyQuest. And it just feels like the layers, the depth is just so much deeper through and through. And it's just really funny because, you know, coming off of the last map, we talked about how Starbound just kind of had their legs kicked up, ready to watch their teammates frag out. But there were a couple of great moments defensively where Starbound was just hard to tackle and just using the utility so darn well to make life hard on Decimate.
Well, now it's do or die time, Mimi, because in this best of 5, FlyQuest, as we mentioned earlier, is now just one map away from this grand finals against Shopify Rebellion, and it's Ascent that is next. FlyQuest have shown how adept they are at this map, Mimi.
Absolutely. This is a very tough position for Decimate to be in. This is a team who have already been on an excellent run to make it this far. They took down Passion Project in their last match. They really broke through everyone's expectations to be able to even make it to this point. But now they're up against the hardest challenge they've had this whole tournament. They win map 1, and then it's 13-3 into a 13-7 back-to-back dominant map losses in what is, for the majority of these players, their first ever best out of 5. It is brutal. And now they have to try and rally back going into their opponent's best map of Ascent. And I said at the beginning of the show, but again, you have to look to Rise in this one. It's going to be default comps. It's going to be default stuff. We know how Ascent plays. She is the IGL. As that experienced member, needs to bring her team back into this. Needs to get that energy back up if they want to have a chance. Because FlyQuest Red, this isn't their big match. They're looking towards Shopify. They're ready for that finals.
On the other side of things here, when you look at Zan, the last time that Decimate played this map versus YFP, Zan played great. But the element that's been missing so far today is the operator usage. Have not seen it at all from Zan. And I think that's going to be another key here, is to try to get Zan into a comfortable position to earn that operator up and have that be a huge impact towards them putting together, especially their defensive side. Because if you could shut down Dodonut from getting in early, there's an opportunity here for Decimate to still take this map away.
FlyQuest Red lost a very close match to Shopify Rebellion last night. They took a map off of them. There was opportunities for them to maybe even win a second. They want to win this map. They want to close it out 3-1, give themselves time to prep, and have a chance to fight in that rematch. This is their chance to make the final.
Well, there's no question about it. DCM's backs are against the wall. Can they stay alive here on FlyQuest Red's best map on Ascent, or will FlyQuest close this out to move on to the grand finals tomorrow against Shopify Rebellion? We are about to find out. Vans and Riv, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Smix. And yeah, indeed, Ascent's going to be a very hard one as well. But I do also agree that, you know, somebody has to step up to the plate. But I think this time for Decimate, Riv, it's going to be Zan at this point. You know, Shift mentioned it, that Zan hasn't had a chance to bring on an operator at all here on Ascent for this team. Finally, it's working. But at the same time, she's also had some great calls, actually, for, I think, like a duelist IGL on this map to get some great positioning on the op to actually anti their opponents when they actually had upset victories throughout their run in the Game Changers right now. So I have a feeling that they may be very comfortable playing this map, despite this being FlyQuest's strongest map, which is probably why they wanted to float this as well.
We will see that defensive start. Very scary here, but I'm sure Decimate has something planned. Right now, it is everyone towards A. They may get some tiles control here, but they also might get pinged out pretty good as they wait for the 0 point accordingly. Duelist start. Oh.
That's how maybe you
Duelist
shut
down.
it down, too.
Duelist down. Complete contact into the site now for the side of DCM as they try to head over into the Killjoy utility, straight into tree.
And already a fast rotate towards the tree. Alarm bot actually is not sounded. Beautiful paranoia. Allowing Starbound to swing out with Thea, but the instant trade comes out.
Whoa.
Doable right now for DCM as they answer right back. Low HP all around. Lace on the flank. A 2-1 swing out of bullets for Carry. Pistol for FlyQuest.
Once they got Zan, FlyQuest was activated that round. Everybody was pressing W to figure out how they could protect each other and get each other into place once that tree fight started. Whether it was mid or whether it was here, even a little chaotic here as they just dove out into the enemy. But I think they knew the backup was coming, and if they just did damage, they'd be able to get the trade. So little bit of a sacrifice in that sense. FlyQuest with the first one. Outlaw again. Starbound. Marshall there for Dodo Nut. I'm sure that Marshall could stick for a while, do a Guardian, and then an Operator possibly. 0 points on the same side. It looks like B may be where they start to work again.
Yeah, the Recon's going to ping too. That's so unfortunate. Right now for FlyQuest, though, they have power of weapons, so they don't really care to over-rotate some players yet, controlling both extremities. Being very disciplined in the way that they run their defense, rather. Starbound ready with the Outlaw. Shot guards coming out. Starbound with the 3 shots with the Outlaw. And then a Marshall. 1 left. Outlaw kill.
Wow. Just that little loper dart. Just loping a dart out there. You could see it was predicted to land on the ground. And got a good bounce. Landed up on the wall. Pings 2. And that just allows Starbound to fixate that sniper scope on B main. A lot of kills coming through. Lockdown's going to be there very early against DCM, but they could bite back here with this round. Actually, an Outlaw upgrade? Dodo Nut's going back and forth. I think actually going to be a save for the op with just a Sheriff in hand. Big decision there for the side of FlyQuest. Looking forward in the rounds. Here we go. 3rd B in a row.
Starbound doesn't care to be paranoia. Counts the timing on that swing off the paranoia and connects with the Outlaw. Delaying with the Nano Swarms. Crossfire set up with Lace. Dodo Nut from the spawn. DCM shut down on trying to trap the hit towards this B site in their gun round. Flanked from behind. Carried Misu. Hands full. Trying to find some room to breathe. Misu gets 2, and that's all they'll get.
Wow. That was a fast round. Gun upgrades as well. Oh, just they were literally like celebrate trolling, and they didn't pick up a Vandal for the Bulldog at the end.
Hey,
there.
man, if that's the way they're going to celebrate, that's still better than the sprays we got from that previous match.
True. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. So we see the op save coming through. It's going to be the Sheriff outcome for Decimate here. All right, so it's time to build some orbs. Decimate to work the orbs on this map. Maybe get that null command up so they can start shutting down the sights on these takes. Pop flash mid. Quick play for Zan.
Trying
like
to see
that.
if they,
that was cheeky.
Yeah, updrafting up too, just to see if we could catch one rotating away from the flash. Wait,
Here.
actually, that's Dodo Nut just got spotted. There's an opportunity for them to get the pick there on the top. But unfortunately, it's 2 body shots, maybe even 1 body shot. 40 HP left. FlyQuest pushing out towards Catwalk to support Dodo Nut. Underhand flash, fully blinded. Sauner, fragment on the ground, keeping them at bay. Wall bang onto Rise.
Spike down mid.
Palm under the pressure, and Lua stuck inside the smoke. Peeks out for the first. Almost connects that second, but Sonder, 4K in the round, forming up these kills. Things are not looking good here on how this is snowballing in terms of rounds and ults for FlyQuest against DCM.
It doesn't seem it. The snowball almost melted a bit by Mluo Sheriff there at the end. It started to get spicy, but cooled off right away. So this is going to get tough. They can now go for the Odin, the spam. The chip damage is going to start coming through. So you're not even going to start the round as healthy as you want to. And they have each other backed up pretty well on this too. All that utility over at B with Sova and Killjoys we would expect. Now it's going to be that mid game. So Zan actually putting a lot on themselves here to get these kills, to be the first one forward, using that and getting that space. And we'll see if mid does become something that DCM can play with and still go utility here. They won't even go for it. It's going to be tree again.
Just trying to bait out util too before they use their own. Might be at a point here at the mid mark, maybe even start Allen droning
There we
or
go.
doing something. Actually, they don't even have an Allen drone to work with for Misu. So that will be actually even harder for them to take control on Catwalk, where even Zan's moving forward to try to get that entry. Smoke towards a tree. There's a knife. Sonder answering right back. No extra util to try to push out against the tree. More deniability. Oh, the timing on Rise. Beautifully done. He said that Rise needed to step up to the plate. Did so. Opens up the A site. Donut fully flash. Now looks like the dash has been wasted away. A win for DCM on that call and to plant that spike on the A site.
Eyes dedicated on that swing out right now for Heaven. And it looks like they're just milling about. FlyQuest trying to figure out what they can get the info from the drone. And they're all going to waterfall out Heaven here, actually, is the decision.
With the spam from the Odin. Zan repositioning on the top. Oh, it's A-Blap! 3 headshots coming out. Instant kills. Beautifully done. As Donut falls up, could get picked up too to use on the attack if they want to. And they will do so.
The trigger discipline we've seen throughout this series, I think from multiple people, I know it was just Zan again. I think Misu had one earlier. There's so many right now.
Yeah.
It is incredible. That was really gorgeous here. Wow. So clean. And like we said, under so much pressure here too. Doesn't even phase them. That's exactly how you need to play. Decimate. Back with an operator of their own. They've been forcing through this chip damage too, trying to keep themselves. Oh, they're going to try to trade. Oh, no. Okay. I was going to say, is that the op on the other side? But that's Misu. Misu can't shoot through the wall. Never mind.
And we're staying away from the radius of the KO knife so that the turret can start the spam. Recon instead. And yeah, they're going to try to trade that off. There's Sheriffs on the other end too. That's why they were trying to trade that out. So you were right on that call for the trade. But both teams actually do not do any damage with the sprays. But just real quickly on that last round where Zan got that 3K, it comes to show that FlyQuest, they still have to play quite a pristine Valorant. Any type of slight mistakes, it turns right in favor of DCM in terms of how good they are at fragging. So there's always moments for DCM to be able to turn this around. If FlyQuest is starting to let their confidence make their game slip.
Get out of my way.
One. Oh, more chip. Bladestorm comes out. That's going to be in from Zan, so they have Bladestorm B main as they start going to the site for market.
Donut, though, manages to get the pick onto Zan to split on towards the site. The timing and the room for FlyQuest to get these type of kills.
I've survived much worse than you.
It started off so well on the split, but then somehow, when I saw Donut having the time to swing out towards the B main for that pick,
Can I get this?
it was GG.
The one big thing here, I think, is that Donut being at the right site, as well as the whole defensive flash plays. That pop flash you saw came from spawn, but Lace still shoots through it, knowing the lane is there. That's all Lace has to shoot at. So yeah, flash by a teammate, but it doesn't matter. They come in firing. But yeah, just seeing what DCM tries to do. If Donut's there to start, it's going to be very hard. They'll have the upper hand if they can get to a site Donut's not at, and you'll get that everyone retaking, trying to create space for the jet. The operator doesn't have as big of an effect. Oh!
Instant trade. Aggression coming out from FlyQuest. I like trying to stay outside of the extremity of how quickly we're moving out here for FlyQuest. So DCM, an opportunity to turn it around. The TP right into the Hunter's Fury. And if it wasn't a Hunter's Fury, it was Starbound with the backstab. Misu knows the position, though. Was trying to find a timing to hopefully punish their opponent. But instead, we're all over the place. Finally, Lace is the one that clears it out first. Carry falls. And Mizu's crouching. Will they get spotted by the Allen Drone? Oh, well, yep. Especially after they shoot it.
Sticking together. Turret on mid. Also right on that operator, too. So they know if the operator gets grabbed in that situation, whether they're in range or not. Ooh,
30 seconds left.
playing towards it.
Turret down.
And now just book it towards the A site.
Not coming back.
Yeah.
Heard the L drone in range of the turret. With the time left, you're gambling that it's a double stack towards B. Mizu reads it correctly and still has a full kit.
Planted.
What's the play? Going forward's going to be tough here. You have to expect you're going to see Lace's utility as well. So it is going to be just for trying to create the 1v1 out of main. Whether or not there's shock targets to be had here, we're going to see the drone first, and then probably a bit of a sonar bolt right over top. If there's time. Let's see who we get.
That will unfortunately give their position away, though, too. Oh, and the range is too far. Mizu could just play this.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't care to give her position away right now because technically there's no choice but to be outside of this radius. Now spots both. The swing on both gets them!
Whoa!
For the Red Bull clutch!
Just a blur. Lace didn't have time to let go. Misu. Incredible round. FlyQuest feeling comfortable to give the space, go for the retake, and that was played just perfectly with the full kit.
Right here.
Nicely done. And you're right, knowing that the lockdown was so close, they just wanted sight. FlyQuest felt so sure about that round. Misu was on fire and took it back.
Shark attack, fully blinded. Instant kill onto Zan, a second onto Carry.
Oh boy.
DCM never saw it coming. Updraft towards the air. Support from Starbound to get the third. It seems as though we have these rounds where DCM, they pull out an amazing round but gets instantly shut down by FlyQuest the round right after.
Yeah. It's not being able to gain any momentum is crazy.
What are they going to do?
tough.
Oh,
The
they were going to get
economy-
Riv.
Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are.
Why don't you put some sprays while you're at it, too?
No, don't do that. they're fine. Look at smoke and everything. Back is watched here by Starbound. MLuo knows. He's like, oh, I'm just going to look into this family photo of
Wait, there's
FlyQuest.
paranoia, though. This could
Do
be
you
perfect
think?
here. Yeah,
You
I think
You
so.
think?
I think so.
Oh,
No
quick,
way to
prediction
triple
in chat.
stack on the top.
Prediction, does it work?
Oh! Anticlimactic. Never use the flash at all.
No. You don't expect there to be that many people just looking at you.
I mean, you
but
expect 3,
I
right?
think now they
So-
know. Well, MLuo is probably like, I'm not ulting this, so no, probably doesn't. Maybe not. Maybe does. Maybe does. Maybe does. So, who knows? I sure don't, apparently. So, mid-play, Dodo Nut, not with the operator, but still going to hold. I think they're just milling about for freeze time here. A control, finally, for DCM. I was going to say, I want to see DCM get more of this A main control. Start controlling that orb at least, or not having to retake so many positions at a slow pace, just because that position retake is so dangerous because nobody can stay there. DCM in that first map, we were praising them because they were leaving breadcrumbs so much. That one player that stayed behind after an engage to listen, or for the take, to listen for the audio, to hear the rotations, and they just seem to be in kind of a one set mode. This is our play. If we get caught, we have to adapt in the moment.
Yeah.
And it seems like FlyQuest is able to attack that.
DCM seems to think that they have a read against FlyQuest. They high load that front of the B main all the time, anticipating Donut's push towards B main, either with an op or with a Vandal. But at the minute mark, they have to be the ones to make a play. Punish now as they're trying to take control on middle. Now finally fighting towards B main, denied by Donut's utility. Sonar, meanwhile, drops the lurk over on 3. Donut swings out. Doesn't care. Too easy, running through the overheat. Potentially gifting a gun away, but now it's just outside of that smoke. Rise down to 45. The FlyQuest, once again, from the beginning of this round till now, still shows that they're continuously vibing around the map. Probably questioning why you're playing against the stronger side of Ascent, and you still decide to take attack against them.
Yeah. just a shutdown at every turn. There's really not much you can do. Decimate hasn't found a result that's worked, right? So, like, switching it up doesn't find the same result. So almost have to just go way outside the box of things they've been doing because it's all being read here. They can't even find the soft site. It's always rotated on. There's always some kind of information that FlyQuest has that gets them privy to what is happening. Now here's that A main control, but it's going to be right into the operator of Dodonut.
They're trying to play contact. He's talked about the A pressure, but this is the first time that they're actually just trying things out to see how FlyQuest is playing the defense. I thought potentially would have maybe had like a lockdown flash over to work towards the A site, but Rise was way too far back. Was still trying to hold up towards the B main push. Now they have to cut noise and try to re-hit off the null command that Sonder just popped.
Spike is peeking mid. Like, the potential that this goes down. I mean, they are trying to go outside the box here. See if they can get some extra stuff going. They're still going to go back to A, though, after such a short audio cut.
Yeah, Donut's behind the box. A ping there onto Sonder, doesn't care. Chad swing out while being pinged. Second kill coming through. Null command now a little bit too late. Spike out, down into smoke. Rise down to 17 HP. This might be a write-off. Think about round number 11 at this point and
30 seconds
save
left.
your weapons too. Yes, you have max bonus, but you need these rifles. Fortunately, Carrie's pinned. That smoke's gonna help. That smoke's gonna help.
One enemy remaining.
Oh no.
Recalling my bot.
That smoke's
Lockdown's here
not
for
gonna
the
help.
next round.
Yeah, I guess
DCM
that's
may
a
be
saving
able
grace.
to get up to 5, get up to 3 or 4 rather, as this is round 8 for FlyQuest. But yeah, having that lockdown, seeing what else they can get, it's going to be a save around the board. If they want to go for sheriffs or whatnot. But that operator from Thea,
Everyone
or
note
on
down
Thea,
your
picked up for
observations,
Dodo
then
Nut.
Let's run it again.
They're just about maxed out around the board. And this should be a few good round, or another round, I should say, for FlyQuest. Bulldog, Stinger, you can see Rise in the consideration as they're just kind of going back and forth. They say, yeah, one of us can hero, but if we stick together, they will put this damage down and grab ourselves a weapon. So we do see the Stingers, the Sheriffs, and the Hero Rifle sticking together this death ball here. The lockdown is big for DCM this round.
Knife doesn't hit anything though. Oh, the timing on that one. Oh, Zan with another opener. Just head on a swivel, anticipating all the positioning. Beautiful clear. And it comes down to a round like this from Zan to potentially allow DCM to get the round. Lockdown already used. Donut is down. Odin coming out spraying towards the hell. You got a 2v5. Oh, the overheat at that point though. Still power numbers.
Got theirs. Slow ping, that ping wearing off, slowing them down.
Placing sentry.
And they do have the money. They may dive into sight here.
They got it.
One enemy remaining.
Make it expensive against her opponents. Odin to try to get a couple of picks. Keep them in a radius of the spike at the same time. Mizu guaranteed to die. At least you get an ult for that one. But yeah, Zan needed her to step up. We talked about it at the beginning of the game.
Last round before
Finally
the
does
switch.
so. Took 11 rounds. But you've mentioned it, Riv. If they're able to make this 4 right now, you're in
Yeah.
a pretty good spot for the second
You
half.
should run.
And to Zan,
One enemy
Zan
remaining.
has been going forward, right? Still looking for these situations that FlyQuest didn't give them before. There's twice Zan was on Tiles wall and then on mid wall, trying to figure things out on that save round. It was just missed timing when they could have had a kill on Dodonut. But you're right, it hasn't been coming online for the plays until now, until the team's able to get behind Zan here on A. See if they can do it again and try to run the same play.
Off shot miss, but at least you have the support from the rest of FlyQuest moving out. And already Spike's down at the same spot. This is deja vu.
Yeah. Controlled so well, a Starbound just ran back over to B to make sure there's no lurk, right? FlyQuest is not feeling the pressure on these attacks. That pop flash from Sonder was the audacity to just fly through and take a fight like that. They're behind each other 100%. You're only doing that when you know your team is there to help. FlyQuest is, like you said, vibing well. Here we go towards Cat. Did they clear? No way that was perfect timing, right?
Yep.
No way they didn't see something. Stepped out still for the fight.
And at least they knew to
Down
clear
A.
it. So they put the
Yeah,
crosshair
yeah.
placement there to get the clear. Spike still down, though. They've made it past the line of scrimmage, but not really past the 10-yard line to try to get the plant in this A site.
30
Crossfire
seconds
is
left.
still strong here. Contact being Dodo Nut. Now being weary of a push towards the garden.
Last
But
player
there's support there.
standing.
The rotating came across. Lace gets that headshot onto carry. And there you go. The lurk towards the garden, denied by Starbound. And FlyQuest in the half,
Switching
9-3.
9-3. That last one-way dodo nut through was just pulling the rug out from under them as they came through the door, leaving them
charges.
no chance. Okay. Decimate. Standard comp. You can do a lot. You can play it towards B main. You can play it towards A. Everybody knows what you can do with this comp. But it's how they bring it to fruition this half. Because all the pressure is on this one. It's knockout after this and FlyQuest going forward. So it is going to be a little extremity control for B main. They have to keep some knowledge of a side of the map at the beginning of each round going. They cannot afford to lose that.
They're looking to fight both sides, but there's more numbers for FlyQuest. Pop flash here coming out. Paranoia on both ends. That flash hits a lot. Zen gets 2. And
Very
despite
big.
lesser numbers, DCM pull that on top for now. Mlua hiding inside the smoke. Tap on the orb. The aim, the headshot. The swing back out for the trade. But there's support on the other end. HP is low. Double swing out from the market.
down,
Starbound's
B.
alone. Both players on the top of the market for the defenders. High-low, trying to get it lined up. But the wall bangs of the Ghosts and the Sheriffs are stronger for DCM. This is a great start for their second half.
That was peak teamwork DCM. When Mlua was about to die, did you see Rise throw herself out in the middle of the archway to just fight 2 people? And then when they both died, 2 were swinging for market already, like on pace. That was some awesome teamwork for DCM there. And they push the extremity, they get some info here. Play it safe. You don't have to worry too much about the second round. You don't want to push and get yourself killed for no reason. So we will see a little more patient play here. A passive play, rather, from Decimate. And it's Starbound looking for some Sheriff shots as they work the map.
I mean, Donut currently has a cheat code with his classic.
That's true. That is true.
There's that Sheriff, the wall bang, some damage done to
Nice.
carry, allowing now Donut to swing behind. Paranoia hits, Miso fights, and wins the one towards B main. And you manage to make it unscathed towards the back of the side. The reswing towards the front. Carry plays the off angle around the dice, dances around, but the luck finally runs out as Lace trades it back. They in the back of the site. Oh, the timing on that one. Lace just walks out for a free kill onto Mluo. Thea then from the back of the garage. Everybody's being split from DCM. No more trade fundamentals. And somehow FlyQuest has turned it back on a 2v2.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Stubbed her toe.
Spotted them both at least. Now there's time.
30
Owl
seconds
Drone
left.
could come out, allowing Thea to move out for a plant. At least Recon Guard also available. The ping on the Owl Drone. Lace is down to 17 HP. Tap on the spike, forcing up the Recon Dart. It gets broken.
Right here.
Second Recon Dart, this time on the attack. 13 seconds left. It does get the ping onto Misu.
10
Gets the
seconds
ping
left.
on both. No wall banks.
Oh, that's
Plant
huge.
is now
Player
down.
standing.
Swing out from the lane. Misu gets the 2 kills. And DCM, they could breathe.
That was incredible delay and survival. I mean, both of them were doing a great job at the dance, but obviously you got to give it to DCM, not peeking enough for the shots to come through, getting pinged, but still being able to avoid, understanding the peak timing. It takes so much calm and calmness to get through that. There's that classic again.
Yep.
Never count that out. And wow, what a retake there from DCM. FlyQuest now. Back onto a bye. So this is going to be that low round for DCM. That bonus 3 Sheriffs, an Outlaw, and a Bulldog. A main control this time with the one-way. Just off the shoulder.
Sonner still wants to swing in spray. Knowing that Zan likes to be aggressive, wants to keep the fight going, and couldn't get the lucky wall bang. Could have been a great start on the bonus there for Decimate. Now they anchor, hold up towards the A side. Both players who were supporting Zan now are moving towards tree control.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't think anybody heard that.
Yeah.
If anything, Emlua may have heard us that, but they're already prepared for Cat, so it doesn't matter all too much.
Flash from Market. This will break the turret. The push out, trying to fight towards the tree. Walkout contact. 3, 2, 1. Bolt denied. Saunder was waiting the whole time. Now here comes the Outlaw. Second shot misses. Forced for a long reload, allowing FlyQuest to storm in the site. Quick! The zombie invasion's coming. Finally gets the reload. No hits there. Donut gets the wall bang. Now FlyQuest will get the plant.
30 seconds left.
Panicking, fumbling. Got it in. 3, 2 underneath. Little drone on drone action as they fly by each other. And now it's going to be this retake. 2 shock darts could clear Jenny. It's really kind of the bounce you get out of them, you hope to get. And that hit the turret. could have been trying to hit underneath as well for damage, but it might have also hit the turret.
And there's the positioning. Too strong just at the bottom of heaven. And with these weapons against the lower buy that you have for DCM, because it was their bonus round, FlyQuest are 3 rounds away of closing the series.
Yep. Quick push here. FlyQuest almost reading as well that Decimate wants a bit of info. They're going to try to push up on the map and take away space. Easy plays there. FlyQuest didn't have to worry about too much utility retaliation since it was that bonus round. They were just looking at a few of the guns pulled through from before. Operator for Zan. Here
Finally.
we go. Shift was looking for it. We found it. It was hidden on Ascent.
And Schiff
There it is.
continues to get what he wanted. Opening blood onto Lace. Even on top of that, the walk onto opposite Sabrosa, where Emlua is watching the link. Free kill onto Starbound. 2-player advantage now for Decimate in round number 16.
One more shot for a Blade Storm. One more shot for a Sova ultimate as well. Defense feeling good. DCM in a very good position on this round. And they have a good push into B main right there. So Misu even helps the team lock down what they need to be looking at even more. And this mid alert bot is going to completely foil this for FlyQuest.
And what's the pivot after, though, after the alarm bot breaks?
Yeah, 45 seconds in the round. It's going to have to be something.
Instant push, but there's control towards B main. Odin from Misu. Dash across. ADS down with the Odin. Oh, the paranoia. That was a friendly one, wasn't it? That was a friendly one.
It looked like it. Getting a little too hectic in the take there. A nice hold.
Can I get this?
The push from Misu, like I said, able to lock it down and just be in a position that FlyQuest wasn't really ready for. This first kill, you lose a big initiator, right? Where do you really go from here? You're gonna have to dive in, and your jet can't shoot out of the smoke. You can't shoot past smoke, through smokes. And man, FlyQuest have been really loving their smoke kills through this series. So a little timid there after they lose Lace. Operator moves to B now.
Oh, the flash, beautiful to blind Zan. It also blinded Dodonut, but at least it created that space. Potential 3, 2, 1. But then the smoke will foil that plan. Somehow, 4 players still holding towards B main to get this spike over to Donut to dash towards the back. Now moving forward close, counting the bullets, but Rise saves that timing that could have been detrimental for carry. Now, utility, the stand from the Odin. Starman answers back with the Guardian. A second one there from the lane. Only one left to go. It's Sonder getting to pick off the classic. 1 versus 1, fully dinked, now killed by Emluo. Is that again? What, it was 2 Guardians and pistols?
Yeah.
You take that dub for the plant and damage you've made.
Yeah, pick up the weapons. Odin's actually grabbed. If they get that, I can grab the Odin. You grab my op. Perfect.
I got things to do.
Or the op. Right, now the op
get
switches
this?
hands. Back to Zan. Or they grab it for Zan.
Alarm
And
bot
we will
out.
see if they can continue to use this. That That take on site looked crazy for a moment. They still had Hunter's Fury, didn't use it. We're just kind of running it through with the shots because they were nailing them. Knowing the Guardian was in sight, you can easily or just flood a Guardian. So they try to get that position in place. All the little things leave Decimate with a lot of ultimates here.
This
Same
time,
play.
A little cleaner, though, and Zan ready, swings back out, instantly lands that shot. We didn't dash into sight, though. Donut doesn't have it activated anymore, allowing Rise, to play a little bit out in the open. Overheat from Zan. Cooled down by Thea. She smacks her running across with the Blade Storm.
Wait.
Spike now picked up. TP across towards the market. But it's a solo play. There's that kill. Hunter's Fury out towards the spawn. Smoke comes out too. Beautiful trade. 1 versus 2. Misu also with the Hunter's Fury. Walks out towards the market. Tap on the
Lace.
spike.
I thought you were going to peek. Or I thought she was going to shoot through the wall. Lace doing
Spike
so much
planted.
in this round. Getting the ultimate after a few frags on the Odin. Being able to stop the retake on the B here. And now it only has the payoff if they're able to stop Misu,
Scanning
who
ahead.
also has the ult.
There they are.
There's that recon thingy.
One
Spray
enemy
behind the box.
remaining.
Beautiful. Nobody to break it. They ran to where it's more simple and just trying to bait it out so that Lace can maybe get an Odin kill. 1-on-1. Odin won by Lace. Mirror matchup in favor of FlyQuest.
Stop the bleeding, too. That would have been round 3. They get about the same amount of money, but to keep a heck of a lot more guns in their hands.
One enemy remaining.
Nice fight back. Amazing round from Lace here. Really helping to secure the round in so many ways.
Yeah.
Clutching, getting the ultimate, opening up a bit of the sight. Big stuff there.
That's selfless IGLing there too. Letting herself getting double ping shots so that Lace could walk out on the other entrance and watch the staircase with the time
Super
left.
true. Very passive round from Decimate. The ultimates will tell you that story right here. Null Command, Hunter's Fury, Lockdown. You can even see Hunter's Fury's in spawn on Misu doing the well jump to see if anybody's focusing mid right now in a rotation.
Yeah.
It's just as slow from FlyQuest fans.
Yeah, they just pop flash for Tree, trying to see if they could catch one with the Blade Storm, giving the op for Sonder, because Amani's not the best for FlyQuest despite them winning the round. So that's why you have the slower approach, just trying to get the pick, trying to force a rotate, trying to punish a rotate. This is where it gets dangerous for FlyQuest. The longer you take here, you already have the Hunter's Fury set up towards spawn by Misu. You can do a lot of deniability if there's low timer left on the clock. Beautiful knife, too. Although the null command was still available. Pinned towards the main. Zan just waiting. Dash cannot dash away, so you're just going to get ready to try to go for a pick. Hunter's Fury preemptively shot, trying to funnel them towards the main. It
30
does get to
seconds
connect
left.
onto Lace, but Zan's still waiting with this op. Sauter doing the same. The turret
Lockdown
out.
for lockdown. They have to know it'll come soon.
Well, looks like Zan wasn't affected by the radius of that lockdown, but still decides to go for the updraft. And now hiding in between both. The push towards the site, rises in the back, hit by everything, including bullets. As the numbers swindle down on the defense for DCM. Wallbang attempt doesn't work out. 1 second left until they got the plat down. Now it's 2 rifles and a sheriff for Decimate to try to retake. Counter ult, pushing them back towards the wines, rather, for FlyQuest. One got detained, but nobody clearing it back as we try to retake the site now for Decimate from the tree. 2 more left to go.
One enemy
In blue
remaining.
with the sheriff. Crossfire is too beautiful and easily done for FlyQuest. Nisu now at this point, all you could do is try to save, and as you run back, Sonner swings out for the op kill, and FlyQuest are now at series
Match point.
Ooh. FlyQuest playing it strong. Even with the back and forth here, DCM, they're not getting the retakes that they want. Losing a few on the take, can't get themselves out of position or into position to get to safety. And it looks like these hits from FlyQuest are just bringing that firepower again, right? The very fundamental hits, making sure the 0 points go out. Sonder with the null command, really able to shut stuff down. Coming up soon here. Thea.
The molly thrown. Pin now, running back. Lightly damaged. It still manages to come out unscathed for the rest to try to trade against Rise, but Rise was able to fall back in the back of the site. The updraft of Donut's beautiful. Gun sticking out. Numbers falling down once again. About to cross the finish line as Zan has something to say. The wall bang with the Guardian. Donut falls. Key player down for FlyQuest off the post plant. But the op is still up. There's no smoke for main. It's going to make it difficult for them to retake the site. Shock dart now at the top of the switch. Double swing out. Op shot misses. Tag onto the bullet. Starbound repositioned down towards the hell. Zan gets the pick. The op falls. The clock is still against DCM.
Huge.
As Lace gets that pick. Last two players. Forced to retake now for DCM. Karen with the Guardian. Nice shots coming through. But that clock is still ticking down. Thea on a 1 versus 2. The tap on the spike. Forcing around.
Vans!
Misu gets the kill. The fuse comes in for Decimate. As somehow they pull out magic out of a hat and have a beautiful retake.
That is crazy stuff. What a retake from DCM. Amazing stuff coming in. Misu with some huge shots there. The rest of the team able to pull off 1v1 situations they were not finding in previous parts of this series. DCM is stepping up when the pressure is on the most, and it's crazy. Decimate feels that they can do this. You know right now that's what they're thinking, and they're playing like it. A main control here, Van Silly, and they're going to push him off the orb. Not a big factor to grab an ultimate this round, but DCM have not really been this active towards this side of the map. It's usually just from the archway. So they're trying to really make FlyQuest feel bad in their positioning here.
Looks like a knife being thrown towards the market did get the ping onto Misu. As they're trying to pivot forward back towards the A side, it's a judge in that spot.
Yeah.
I've seen some players with judges on this map before. Somehow could still make it work. Sadak being one of them.
This is going to get a 0 point, I feel like. That or they're going to have to drone this right away.
Okay, does get the ping, though, onto Lace. You just saw it there from the free cam. No flash for them to peek through.
Is perfect.
Boom, boom, boom. 2 kills. No third kill coming out, though. But at least Rise is there. Has a molly still. But they want to slow it down some more. TP in the back of the site. Cancelled. 30 seconds left on the clock. Molly right in the face of Starbound. Beautiful paranoia. Starbound gets the pick onto Rise.
Stay down.
Oh!
The reads.
That was nice.
That was very nice. So just a split ping and a split second shot.
At least the spike got planted. Sonder and Thea. No util available for FlyQuest on the pulse plan. Both trying to work towards a tree. Mizu and Carry rather holding the discipline, the patience, and allows for them to pick up the last 2 kills and a defuse. And DCM are starting to find a good read here on their defensive half.
That's it. That is exactly it. We haven't seen this from the side of Decimate just yet. A few maps ago, we were saying FlyQuest can do no wrong. They're reading the macro, they're reading the micro, the util is in the right spot, and now the push pays off for Decimate. 2 huge frags to start the round, another one through the wall because of good util usage. It's all coming together here, and they're going to get a timeout out of FlyQuest because of this momentum that Decimate has. So Jovi gets in the ear of the players. Gonna be chatting, knowing and loving what they've been doing. It's just what can they alter to stop DCM from having such effective retakes, from having such effective early rounds that are giving them these reads.
Yeah, and it's potentially even Zen right now with the operator where you're starting to see it get warmed up too, getting some good spots, some good shots at the same time. And this is actually quite crazy that it would take round number 22 to actually get the first timeout out of anybody here. Decimate hasn't used a single one when their backs were against the wall. Full confidence in the game plan that they've built for this map. And now it's starting to show. Now off this timeout, though, it gives them a chance to also figure out what type of Hail Mary play FlyQuest could be doing here. Potentially off this round, knowing that it's going to be a low buy no matter what. And they've been good on low buys for FlyQuest. There's a hero rifle for Donut. that they could be aware of.
Ooh.
But they seem to be reading this. Look at them, 4 players on the B side. Or FlyQuest is looking for some sort of early mid control on Kench bench.
Is this going to be the same play we saw from Zan up and over?
Yep. But a dash, face plants into the wall, walks forward, denies the hero vandal. Op gets the pick. A reposition though, and the rest of FlyQuest, they can't follow behind this. And even if they did, remember, 4 players were there for DCM.
Yeah. Just trying to get a big timing there on maybe if the op was peeking correctly or not. Zan is ready with the operator back in hand. Still a split map. Maybe a ruse here for Starbound. But they're already making noise at tree.
Nemlu is just holding his main, so good call here for Decimate. Yes, to rotate players, but not over-rotate. Stay back towards the spawn. You've lost a lot of ground here on market and A site. You're playing the retake. Right now for FlyQuest, they're pushing up towards the tree. It's a 2v1 towards that B main, which is won by Decimate. On their way to a flawless, FlyQuest are moving in towards this A site, but the flawless coming in favor of Decimate.
Spike planted.
With the weapons that they have, Carry just spotted one there. Knows the push is happening towards the spawn. Shorty is close with the support. Dash activated, and as Sunder falls back, the backstab from Carry. They are moving forward. Ghost collateral, but only has that Ghost to work with. Now hit by the Paranoia, now spotted, now taken down.
And now just 3 rounds for FlyQuest here as it gets closed. Yes. A dragon, basically Decimate, looming over FlyQuest right now. These rounds. And they are looking good for Decimate too. Yeah, really good ghost kills at the end there to shred some of the economy, but Decimate have the money. They're going to be able to buy 3 post plants successfully in a row so far. You can see how many they've had just this half. 5 there with, even in the kill rounds, they may have been diffusing too for a post plant there. So they've got the read. We're just 2 away now after that defuse. Killjoy utilities on A. FlyQuest are choosing to hover towards the B side of the map, and they have chosen the home of Decimate this time. It looks like they'll be ready for a play like that.
When you're seeing it here, Shift wanted the up out of Zan. Somebody in chat wanted to Decimate comeback. Right, scripters are hearing it so far, and we're seeing a 2-round lead for FlyQuest. Decimate closing the gap, but this is a timeout where it was important here for FlyQuest to try to take the round. But it's read by Zan, pivoted back towards the tree. First blood, second blood there. She drops down, just spotted Lace, and she gets the shot through the smoke.
Patience. That's what's going to pay off here. How far can Thea and Sandra get on this?
Blocking sight.
Ooh. Big pop flash to get him into position. Starbound, huge opening.
At least the call to get them ready. Recon guard gets the ping onto one player trying to run across, and that's the back of the site. There's only one player. Zan with the support from behind. Updraft being a key component throughout this whole round.
DCM!
Allowing Rise to get the last 2, and that timeout, the Hail Mary play from FlyQuest puts them now in a situation where the buy is abysmal. DCM in a great position to push this into overtime.
Yeah, there shouldn't be too much util 34, so you get that buy out of Lace. You'll be able to see that. It's going to be another timeout. I mean, why not? This is the round to do it. Also, if you got an ult, you better use it. All right, buy out, spend out everything you can and buy your favorite pistol. This means everything right here for DCM. If they take it, we're going to another map. That's going to be Lotus, the decider. If not, FlyQuest are going to be able to stall out this ridiculous comeback right now where DCM have found their footing, the teamwork, the trades, like you said, the op online, and the ability to retake has been so good. And I think it all comes from taking a little bit of control of the map so they can start to read what FlyQuest wants to do and then turning that into some of the perfect protocols on defense.
The perfect protocols on defense is allowing, once again, Decimate to tie up the game and bring this into overtime. And we talked about an abysmal buy for FlyQuest. Small shields across, not necessarily full util. We don't have Shrouded steps out from the Guardian Stingers. And that Hail Mary play is an A-site hit. Knife here being thrown just to try to get some control towards A main and Wine. They spot nobody. So now the inkling is there going to be a passive op play? So far there is. Recon Dart for tree control will get spotted by at least this turret, but it just got hit by an ult command. Here comes the storm towards the top of the tree. The flash down for Donut to move forward, catching the off guard. The smoke towards the back, the TP on top of that. And FlyQuest are looking to close this as they gain full control of the A site and keeping DCM out towards the spawn.
They call upon the retakes again. Really awesome play by FlyQuest to get themselves into enemy lines here. But the retake is going to happen. Util's there. Paranoia can come through the hard DCM in position.
The knife hit 3. Now here comes our Hunter's Fury.
Enemy remaining.
A fake comeback ensues. 5 versus 1. Emblua alone. The headshot onto Sonder, but hit by the wallbang. 19 HP left. Pinged by the recon dart. Legolas dart out of place.
360 bolt.
Who gets the pick?
What?
And now it's a 1 versus 2, though. Emblua looking for the ace clutch, but now there's the delay. Off the Nano Swarm. Starbound with the kill.
Win.
FlyQuest moved to the grand finals and a chance for revenge against Shopify Rebellion.
What a series. Tested at the end, too. FlyQuest not able to close that one out as they struggle a little bit on a map a lot of people thought they would take right away, but that defensive side just a bit too strong. But still, FlyQuest found the holes in it they needed. They come out with the win. They come out with the series win. And you're right, they find themselves against Shopify Rebellion coming up in the grand finals. We got to see so much awesome play from both teams here. Outside the box stuff, funny stuff, serious stuff. And man, we got a better series than I think a lot of people were going to give Decimate credit for. They came out swinging.
I wholeheartedly agree, because at that point when I saw Decimate in a top 3, I thought it was going to be Passion Project. When I first casted Decimate a couple of days ago against YFP, I was like, this is not looking good. We're still seeing probably a Shopify Rebellion, a FlyQuest and PP, and everybody else is punching below their weight. But man, Decimate really turned it around, and I got to give credit where credit is due. They had a nice upset, finishing top 3. I think you can walk away with your head very high out of that one. But we're not done yet here on the stream. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we have Sue that's going to give us the Verizon post-match interview with our winners.
Welcome back one final time to day number 5 here at the Verizon NA Game Changers Series 1, where we finally have our grand finals set. It will be Shopify Rebellion taking on FlyQuest Red as FlyQuest take down DCM Decimate Gaming in this lower bracket final 3-1. Kudos to FlyQuest Shift because they showed an outstanding performance throughout this entire series, even on this last map on Ascent as DCM started what looked like a possible comeback.
Yeah.
Jovi calling that pivotal timeout to close it out.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, you look back over for Decimate, and there's so many positives to take away. Their retakes on this entire bracket were by far one of their biggest defensive strengths throughout every single map that we watched them on. That was indeed the case today in this Ascent map, where they were really starting to string it together. But it just comes down to the simple fact that there were a handful of rounds early on in their offensive path that they definitely had to look at. It's not able to close out. And if you give FlyQuest a little bit of space, they will take it from you. I mean, you had 22 and 16 on a Dodo Nut. I mean, just absolutely crazy on the entirety of the series. First Blood King as well went 7 for 4 in overall First Blood engagement. So that's also just great news as well for FlyQuest, just playing to their strengths.
Yeah, this is a really great series from FlyQuest. After that first map that they dropped, everything after that was pretty dominant. The second half of Ascent started to slip from them a bit, but at the end of the day, it's Ascent, a couple sloppy rounds, and things can start to snowball out of your control when you're on this attacking side. But really, things I'm walking away with is, first of all, being really impressed with this team's synergy. They still haven't had a huge amount of time with this roster coming into this year, making some changes from what was the core of former EG, and honestly, looking incredibly coordinating. I think showing us a pretty deep map pool throughout the day, which gives me some hope tomorrow against Shopify. And also, all these players still playing incredibly individually. We've talked a lot about Dodo Nut today. Again, wanted to give credit to Sonder on just how impressive she's been on this initiator role. Lace, of course, as well, playing on the Sova. This is really just her map when she has an Odin on Ascent. I don't think anyone stopped her. But yeah, I mean, FlyQuest, just a lovely series overall. Probably would have loved to, actually get the 3-0 in that one and not have that first map of Icebox get out their hands. But really impressive stuff rallying back here. I think this team showing their experience in being able to take this one.
Well, speaking of Sonder, we do have her ready for our Verizon post-match interview, so let's go ahead and speak with our victor of this lower bracket final. Sonder, congratulations! You are through to the grand finals against Shopify Rebellion. It's obvious that you're no stranger to the grand finals. You've been there many, many times before, but it's actually been about a year since you've made it to the grand finals of our Game Changers series. So tell us what it means to not only make it back finally after all this time, but do so with this squad, and you guys are looking amazing.
I mean, it's just like throughout my whole career, just always been like there, and like last year was like really sad because like we like it looks like we like fell back in skill and shit. Oh, sorry. We fell back in skill, and then like other teams are like improving really well, so like they definitely caught up to us. And then this year we're finally back with a new roster. I'm like 4 new players that like I've never been on a team with, so it's definitely like a new environment for me as well.
It's crazy seeing not only the sheer raw skill that each of you have as individuals, but I think it's harder to showcase the type of team synergy that you've shown throughout the event this entire week, especially since you just said it yourself. It's 4 new players. You haven't even had that much time, if you think about it, to practice. So tell us, how satisfied have you been with the results thus far, and do you feel like we're just starting to see the beginning of this synergy, because it's looking amazing?
I mean, I think this team, like, we have our skill ceiling is like pretty high as like terms of individually. It's just gonna take time for like our synergy to be like together, and then like we get there together. So that's like the only thing that we just need, like time and reps, and like just believe in us.
Absolutely. And in terms of time, I feel like that time certainly paid off in this rematch. I know that the last time that you played against DCM, it was a bit of a closer series, even though it was a 2-0 win for y'all. It was close in terms of scores. This time around in this best of 5, it felt like everything was a lot more smooth and a bit one-sided on a few of the maps as well. So talk to us about your mindset headed into this rematch in this lower bracket final.
Icebox, they definitely played like a really weird comp, and like, you know, we don't really play Icebox, and so we kind of like went in there hoping for the best, and we tried our best. Honestly, like we just played like really nervous for no reason. After we got that off, Split we're very comfortable on. What was after Split? Sunset we were also like pretty comfortable on. Like we knew how they played. Like they just played post plant and just like stick the bomb. But after that, Ascent, like we got there, we're like at the end, but then we just like troll, and then yeah, we just actually just troll. We get 12 and we just troll.
Yeah, the score was 12-7. Honestly, it looked like it was about over. And then we saw Decimate start to climb round after round after round. And then we saw Jovi call that timeout. So what were you guys talking about during that timeout? Because it seems pretty critical in finally just closing it out.
Honestly, like every one of us definitely like want to close it out. And like different people want to close it out different ways. So like having Jovi like taking the timeout, it got like us together to like close it out together, so like, you know, we don't have to close it off like just on like hero plays or something.
Absolutely. And now you're through to the grand finals. Like I mentioned earlier, you've been there so many times. This is going to be your 7th time in the grand finals. And your opponent in Shopify Rebellion, these are girls that you've played time and time again. I mean, you just played them in that upper bracket final. It was a 1-2 loss. What do you feel are the biggest learnings and takeaways that can help you guys headed into this rematch in the grand finals?
We lost on like the little things, honestly. Like even though the score looks really bad, like if you actually watch the game, like we just lost like the little things. Like a macro wise, I don't think like we did anything like terribly wrong. So yeah, just excited to play a BO5. So I think we'll be able to take it to the extent.
Amazing. And also kudos to you. You performed absolutely amazing today. So congratulations again, Sonder, and best of luck in your grand final tomorrow.
Thank you.
It's cool to hear the players' thoughts always after these BO5s, and it's great to hear it herself for Sonder admitting that they just really wanted to close it out shift, but sometimes the mental just gets in the way. But again, kudos to Jovi for calling that timeout and wrapping up this series.
And I think on top of that, you know, when you start to deal with late map situations where you're sitting on 11 rounds, 10, 11, 12 rounds, and it's just like, okay, can we just please put this map to bed? But you've got a lot of really good individuals on the other side for Decimate that are making life hard. So you kind of are in this kind of paradox of, can we get on the same page and just do this one thing correctly when there's 5 different people saying, well, this person's doing this and they caught us off guard, and that other person did that other round they caught us off guard. So yeah, I like that call where it's just like, yo, let's just get together and pick one thing here, because I'm sure there are a variety of options towards trying to close out Decimate there at the end. And, you know, again, it's one of those things that retake after retake, that stuff lives in your mind maybe a little bit more so than just like losing an outright battle contesting a spike site. So yeah, it's interesting to hear that kind of perspective come through at the end of that interview.
Yeah, and for Sonder closing out and making it to another match against Shopify is probably important because, like you mentioned, so she's played in 7 grand finals, hasn't won one yet. Like, that's insane. And every time it's been to this Melon Alexis duo, be it Cloud9 White, be it version 1, or be it now Shopify. She's always at that upper echelon, but hasn't gotten that win just yet. So a lot of pressure on for tomorrow to try and break that streak for this FlyQuest team.
Indeed, and with that, the grand finals match is set. If we take a look at the bracket, we can remind ourselves the journey that we all went through throughout this week to get here. Of course, it is Shopify Rebellion taking on FlyQuest Red tomorrow, but once again, Shift, kudos to Decimate Gaming. I mean, other than Rise, who we've seen throughout the years, back on her time on CLG, she's shown us deep runs in the playoffs before. A lot of these other players are new blood, and it just speaks to the amount of talent that continues to rise in the game changer scene.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's an impressive finish for Decimate, and they went through a very grueling run. I mean, really playing things nicely against the boys to start. They also played Shopify Rebellion pretty close comparatively to where we maybe thought they were. And then the really impressive win, and the one that really marked it off their run, was the one versus YFP initially, followed up by a great composed look against Passion Project yesterday. And again, taking a map today and having a chance at sending this to a map 5, lots of things to be excited about if you're a Decimate fan.
Yeah, there absolutely is. But on the other side, for this FlyQuest team, again, that grand final looming. Not a lot of time to prep. You're playing back-to-back best out of fives, which is always going to be super duper tough. But hey, if they have something in their favor, they have two of the only 5 people who have ever beaten Shopify in a Game Changers grand final on their team, with Thea and Starbound, and of course also Coach Jovi there. The last time Shopify was in a GC grand finals, they lost. So they're going to want to try and bring back that streak of winning in North America tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, we could certainly see the hunger from the side of Sonder for not only this rematch from that upper bracket final, but just as you've mentioned, Mimi, she has never been able to quite close it out and finally become champion. There's so much on the line, not just for Sonder, but all of her teammates who are no strangers to the grand finals, as well as their opponents in Shopify Rebellion. It is bound to be an amazing grand finals. It'll be tomorrow at 2 p.m. PT, so make sure to tune in then. But for now, that'll be it for day number 5 here at the Game Changers North America Series 1. That will be it for the amazing games today. We'll see you tomorrow for an amazing grand final series.
One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike planted. Got one. One enemy remaining. Got 3. My ultimate is ready. One enemy remaining.
Taken out.
One enemy remaining.
spirit with a pen. Don't know why they try to compete when they know that in victory it's never gonna end. Them when I win, that's why they can't never speak. They ain't like me, I take it to the peak. Different type of steeds that I breed. Read up on the mic, they won't get one of these. Please, I don't wanna hear no talk from them. I don't wanna see nothing at all from them. They can't do it like me. So all I wanna see really is a round of applause from them. Vibes in the air, we caused it again. Life isn't fair, but we rolled it again. All of my teams being ready for the war. There's no warning for them.